Hi Virgo, welcome back to Peaceful Oracle. This is your tarot and oracle card reading for the month of September 2021. I wanted to wish all of you Virgos who have a birthday this month, in the month of September, I hope you have a wonderful birthday. Okay, so I have some really nice things coming up for you here, Virgo. So some of the things that I saw as I'm shuffling your cards was I saw your energy being very open. I think that you're going to have an open mind this month. And because of that, I'm seeing that there's a lot of things coming your way. Now, not everything that comes your way may be something that you want to take or you want to explore, but I do see a lot of things being presented to you. So it does really feel like there's a clean slate and you're exploring, what do I want to put on my plate now? I see like new friends. So some of you might have like a friend that introduces you to, a new group of friends. Some of you might be taking some new classes. Some of you might be, engaging in a new, some of you might, I'm seeing like take up a side job. I'm hearing side job. So maybe some of you are working part-time somewhere, something that's more enjoyable and fun to supplement something else that you're doing. So if you're a student, maybe you're taking up a part-time job that you really like and kind of expands your horizons a bit, or just kind of, gives you some pocket money. And then some others I'm seeing, joining clubs. Some of you might be joining a club where you find like-minded individuals. So I guess be prepared for new connections this month. Now, again, not everybody is going to resonate with you, but I really feel like you're going to meet a lot of new people this month. There's going to be a lot of interactions and new things kind of coming your way. And I see that your energy is really open. You've kind of surrendered to this. You're going into it with this mindset of surrendering to the experiences. So I really like that. And I think that having that open mind will help you to call in some new things and see what kind of new opportunities are available for you or what spirit has in store for you. So there's, you're going into September with like an open mind or an openness. I want to use the word vulnerability, but I don't mean vulnerability in the sense that you're showing a weakness vulnerable. I mean just more, you're kind of wearing your heart on your sleeve. You're open to, like forming bonds, relationships, open to learning new things and exploring different things. So maybe even trying new foods, exploring a different culture, or just really opening up your horizons. So really cool, Virgo. I like that. Okay. Seven of Swords. So yeah, I did see that I'm feeling like, let me look more into this. What is crossing Seven of Swords here? All right. Okay. So as I'm saying this, so as you're meeting new people and as things are kind of unfolding, maybe just be aware of people who may not have like the best of intentions. Maybe I think the reason Spirit is showing me the wearing your heart on your sleeve is sometimes there are some people who can kind of spot that out and try to take advantage of it. So try to take advantage of your kindness or your sweetness. Because the Page of Cups is, it's like new relationships, new offerings of friendship or tokens of love. But the Seven of Swords is someone who is a bit untrustworthy, someone who can have selfish tendencies. So just keep an eye out for that. So if you meet like a group of people, there may be like a couple people in that group or one person in that group that you don't really find yourself really gravitating towards too much. So what I'm hearing is just listen to your instincts there. That even though a lot of things are coming towards you, you may find yourself not really necessarily wanting to engage in every single person that comes your way. So that kind of thing, just keep an eye out for of people who kind of have like a mask of really, offering a lot of like, I'm going to be your best friend and we're going to do all this stuff together, and we're going to be aware of like initial sparks of overly infatuation or too much, kind of like someone who tries to overindulge in the relationship. So just be kind of wary of that. But I still feel like the energy is good. I still feel like you have a lot of things coming your way which are good. But it's kind of like a mixed bag of good and maybe some questionable characters that come your way. Okay. The Emperor, interesting. Okay, Emperors are usually, ooh. Or maybe some of you have already met someone or met like a group of people, because in the Ace of Cups we have in your past position. So this is new relationships. This is kind of like an overflowing of love, abundance, of feeling like you belong somewhere or you feel like you fit in somewhere. So you might have already had this connection with people. You might have already met, a tribe or a group. We have the Chariot at the bottom. Okay, so I'm kind of seeing here that with the Chariot card, I'm kind of feeling like there's a need for balancing out the energies. So I'm kind of seeing like, I'm hearing the word distraction with the Chariot card. So kind of balancing your priorities, maybe not spending too much time in one thing and not enough time in another. So also be aware of, maybe I'm also being drawn to the Seven of Swords again, where maybe if you have somebody in your life that are they kind of someone who takes you away or distracts you from your goals or your dreams. Or like if you're a student, you have a friend that kind of keeps wanting you to come out to the bars when really you should be studying, or you should really be preparing for your class tomorrow. So that kind of thing. So I'm kind of feeling like be kind of careful, or try to be a bit more discerning in terms of the relationships that are around you, and make sure that things are being balanced and you feel like you're giving the right priorities to the right things to help you propel yourself forward in your life. Okay. So what I see happening for you, Virgo, is that you may find that you are using with the Queen of Swords is always a card of wisdom here. And I'm seeing that you may find that there are certain people, I'm really seeing there's a strong focus on relationships here. So that's why I keep bringing up people in your life. But you may find, I feel like you're going to use your wisdom. You're going to use your past experiences. Queen of Swords has this very mature, wise energy to her. She's very discerning. She's very good at using her intellect, very good at using her knowledge from the past to kind of help her navigate what's coming up for her, or help her navigate what's going on around her. So I really feel like you might be tapping into your intuition this month, where it will kind of help you to go put your energy towards the right kinds of things. So if there is something where you may feel like something is not fulfilling you, or something you kind of feel like there's something missing in a relationship, or even in a path, like in a life path that you're on at the moment, you may find that you're starting to change gears or shift gears in another direction. And I'm hearing again that's why there might be an opportunity to kind of explore different things, because you might be searching for something else or something different that will kind of fill you up more, or help you to fill in this missing cup here in the Eight of Cups. I'm seeing that there's a strong father figure with the Emperor card. The Emperor is usually symbolized as a father figure, but I am seeing that there is a strong father figure that kind of plays a dominant role in your life. So that might come into play in the month of September. And I'll look more into that as I pull up the clarifying cards, but let me finish up. Okay. King of Pentacles is in your present emotions here. So this is focusing on building your abundance. This is focusing on hard work, and this is focusing on longevity. There is a need for you, Virgo, to really build your success, build a sense of security and stability. I'm also hearing that this is also about building, like, some of you might really want to build a home for yourself. So not just build a home in terms of a physical home, but some of you really might want to get married, have children, and have a stable career, that kind of thing. So that might really be on your mind this month, is to feel like you are settled in your life. This is that kind of energy. The King of Pentacles reminds me of feeling settled and like you have enough to survive on. Okay, so I like this Page of Wands because that kind of is the energy that I was picking up on in the beginning of the reading, where I said you might find yourself exploring new things. So that's the Page of Wands, is exploring new things, new opportunities, new things that also will kind of help fill you up more. This is more about, I kind of feel like this is more about helping you to feel more well-rounded. Are the words that I'm looking for. So if you're really strong in one area in your life, I kind of see you branching out and trying to kind of grow in strength in other areas. So if you're really strong with career and work, maybe you're spending more time with relationships this month, or more time on creativity, or kind of branching out and doing something different from the norm is what I'm hearing with the Page of Wands. There's something, trying to bring something unique or different to the table. You also might meet someone who brings something unique to the table, or you may find that you find a friend that is different from you, that kind of balances you out. So if you're a very left brain, then maybe they're very right brain. So that kind of thing, they kind of bring like a different flavor to the relationship, or a different spin or vibe to your life that really helps you feel more worldly, I guess. Okay, so there's some strong male characters in this reading here. So we have the King of Swords, we have the Emperor, and we have the King of Pentacles. So I'm really strongly feeling, Virgo, that there may be a father figure that really comes in. It could be a boss. It could be you as well. Final outcome. Wow. Oh my gosh. King of Cups. So all kings. Very interesting. And the Nine of Cups. So there's also a lot of, I'm hearing like there's just a lot of masculine energy here. So with all the kings here. So you have King of Cups, King of Swords, King of Pentacles. I think the only thing we're missing is the King of Wands. We do have the Emperor. So yeah, I'm really strongly feeling father energy here. Maybe some of you are healing some father wounds. Maybe there's some kind of energy there where you're dealing with a relationship with your father, or you're kind of internally trying to heal something there. Or I'm kind of hearing that some of you might actually have a very good relationship with your father, and they might just be a really important figure for you in the month of September. Maybe some of you are needing to spend time with your fathers. I'm seeing kind of some of you might want to like go home and visit your father, or they might be on your mind, something like that. Let's look deeper into this. Okay, so let's do clarifying cards for Page of Cups and Seven of Swords. What do we need to know? Seven of Swords, High Priestess. Okay, interesting. Okay, so what I'm hearing here is that there is someone in your life, there could be someone in your life or a situation. So we have the Seven of Swords and the Page of Cups here. So again, this is someone that can have kind of like an immature energy, someone who, it could be new, it could be someone also who is young, someone who is kind of selfish, not very developed, or just someone who is still growing, someone who is still, in their younger years of life and still not really, I'm hearing like not really has learned how to look outside of themselves. Like sometimes when we're still in that teenage phase, like we still don't know how to put ourselves in other people's shoes or kind of see life in that perspective. So I'm kind of feeling that kind of energy. So someone who is still young and someone who still hasn't really grown up yet. So that could be emotionally, or that could just be literally, they could just be children in your life that kind of are displaying these behaviors. But what I'm seeing is that there is something important for you to discover about yourself here. There's something that this person or this experience is bringing out in you. And a lot of times, because we have the High Priestess here, the High Priestess is our shadow. It's parts of us that we have not tapped into yet. So this could go both ways. So one of the things is that we could take a look at, it could be, what is this person showing you about your shadow? So what is it that is showing you about some deep-seated wounds or some things that we haven't yet healed? Something that it's bringing out in you that it tends to trigger. So it could be triggers that happen where, just this specific person brings this out in you, and it's an opportunity for you to take a look at that and learn more about yourself. This could also be, however, though, if this is a conflict with a person that has these traits, that Spirit wants you to use your intuition. Go off of your intuition about this person. So if you have an inkling, so for example, if this is someone you're newly dating, or this is someone you just met, or it could be someone that's just been in your life and you have kind of like this intuition that something's not right, something is off, or something doesn't feel, something feels suspicious about this person. With the High Priestess card, I'm feeling like listen to that intuition, listen to that gut instinct of yours, because you're probably onto something. So the High Priestess is coming in to clarify that. So however that resonates with you is that's the direction that reading is going to go in for you. So either it's you're using your intuition to kind of tune into someone's true intentions that's already in your life, or there could be someone sometimes they kind of meld into each other. Sometimes people like this, where you're kind of picking up on there's someone that's a little bit maybe not so honest, does reveal something about yourself. It's like a mirror back to yourself, which helps you go into that self-exploration. So that's kind of a little bit more of a complicated, complex energy there. But I do see that there for you, Virgo. And that kind of seems to be the central theme around your energy this month. So there's an opportunity for growth here, internal growth, and learning more about yourself. And that's probably why we also have the Eight of Cups and the Queen of Swords here. So again, like using your discernment and kind of choosing to maybe walk away from a situation so you can find something that just fits you better, or something that is more in resonant with where you do want to be. Maybe I'm hearing the word compromise. So maybe there's an area in your life where you feel like you're compromising something without realizing it. And now there could be a certain person or a situation that pops up that shows you that you could be compromising parts of you that are really important to you, but you didn't realize it until now. So be ready for some kind of awareness, some awakening, or something that opens your eyes to something you haven't seen before. Okay. Ooh, interesting. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So we have the Ace of Fire here, clarifying the Emperor. So again, Ace of Fire is a spark. It's an idea. It's an illumination. A lot of times Ace of Fire is an illumination of a creative idea. It's, like that light bulb moment. But this could be some kind of awareness within an emperor, like that emperor figure. So that could be some father figure or a male-dominated energy here. So there could be someone, maybe a relationship with someone who is like a father figure in your life, who where you kind of notice something about them, or you realize something about them, and it kind of shifts the energy for you. So there is a strong focus on relationships with other people this month, mostly someone who feels kind of like your father, or someone who could also be like a boss or like a father-in-law, something like that, someone that's kind of like an older to you. I'm also hearing like this could just be, what I'm feeling is, ooh, interesting. Okay, so what they're showing me is that you could also be seeing, Virgo, how maybe some of the patterns in your life, like you could really be doing a lot of inner exploration this month, just like the High Priestess. There's a lot of spiritual inner work here. So I'm seeing that for some of you, you could be kind of backtracking and looking at your life and kind of going back and assessing and seeing how maybe some of the things that we learned from our fathers, or some kind of that conditioning or programming that we learned that has been passed down, how that might have been affecting, some of the events or some of the things that happened, or it could have also affected some of the choices that we made. So there is kind of like a going backwards in time and kind of assessing how these patterns have just kept continuing, and now there might be a call or a need for you to maybe rewrite that story, or rewrite some things that you no longer want that to be on repeat. Okay, let's go into the Ace of Cups here. So Ace of Cups is in your past position. What do we want to know about the Ace of Cups for Virgo, September 2021? Wow. Okay. So I love the Star card. It's one of my favorite cards in the deck. It's the card of hope. It's the card of relief. It's especially in relationships. So maybe some of you have met someone that is like a break from some drama or chaos that you might have experienced in the past. So someone that might have felt like, there's like this positive new beginning. There's this positive new, it's like a wishes come true. The Star card often comes up in the order of the tarot. It comes up after the storm. So it comes up after like the Tower card and the Death card and all of those cards. So it's like the peace after the storm, the calm after the storm. It's wishes being fulfilled, and it's that relief. It's a card of hope and faith. Which is really beautiful. And I love that that's clarifying the Ace of Cups, because that's like calling in relationships. Maybe some of you are really looking for love. Some of you are really looking for a good friend, a good support team, a good tribe, where you feel supported and you feel loved. So I really love that. So some of you might have been experiencing that lately, because this is in your past position. So, some of you might have really met someone new. And now we have the Chariot card, where maybe things are traveling or moving in a really good direction, or they're moving quickly. Something could be where a relationship is developing fast. So let's look deeper into this. 7 of Earth and 3 of Water. Okay, beautiful. So 3 of Water is often celebration. It's often coming together in groups. It's, I really feel like this month, Virgo, that this has more to do with like friendships. I really felt like friendships really strongly. So I think that some of you are, really met some really cool people that you really resonate with, but you could also be looking at the friendship and kind of seeing, where can this go? Does this have stability? Can I really rely and depend on these people? Because 7 of Earth is always this card of like going back and assessing and looking at what you have and analyzing it, kind of looking at and seeing like, what can I do with this? Or is this enough for me? Do I want more? And 3 of Water is celebration. It's celebrating in groups of people, celebrating successes, events, that kind of thing. So it does kind of feel like you guys are in some good connections here. I'm not really seeing anything negative there, apart from maybe one. I feel like you'll know what this is. I feel like how that applies to you. If there is someone that kind of seems a bit immature or toxic, or, selfish, that kind of thing. But it does feel like there's a lot of characters playing out in your life right now. And I do think that some of you have a pretty good support team, which I love to see. That's really good. So let's keep going here. Let's see what we have with the Queen of Swords and the 8 of Cups. What do we need to know about the Queen of Swords and 8 of Cups? Yeah, so Queen of Swords is definitely you, Virgo, is what I'm hearing. Ooh, Page of Water. Yeah. Okay, so again, Page of Water, Page of Cups. So I think that there might be one person that you're kind of really looking at and being a little bit more discerning about. There might be someone, I kind of feel like your red flag is going, that alarm system is going off. And there may be important for you to kind of spend some time. I'm hearing with the Eight of Cups is I don't see you necessarily leaving a situation or leaving a person, but with the Eight of Cups, what I'm hearing is take a break. So maybe you're in a relationship with someone, or you're in, maybe there's like a friend group that you have, and you're choosing to kind of take a break for a little bit. So you're not cutting off a relationship here. I'm kind of seeing you go more into a hermit mode type thing, like where you're like, you kind of need to go and think about things and kind of figure some things out for yourself. So something is on hold is what I'm hearing. Because there might be just maybe something is happening too fast, like the Chariot card here. There could be something that's just moving too quickly for you where it makes you a bit uncomfortable, perhaps. So that's what I'm hearing, is that you might find yourself this month needing to want to take a break from some relationships that are already in your life, because there could be where you're kind of following your intuition and your alarm system is going off. You could also be feeling like there's a lot of internal shadow work that's coming up within you. Maybe you're finding that there's some other. So what I'm hearing for some of you is that, you could be having some other things going on in your life and you don't really have the energy to spend too much time with friends, perhaps. Like you kind of need to be alone for a bit. So I could see you telling your friends, like, I kind of need to be by myself this month and I need some space. So that's what I'm hearing, is you asking for some space from people. The month of September. Okay, so King of Pentacles. This is in your present emotions here. So what do we need to know about the King of Pentacles for Virgo in the month of September? Ooh, that's a lot of cards. Just one, please. Let's do that again. Ooh, okay, interesting. So again, we have the Moon card, which is again shadow work. Moon card is also, but the Moon card comes with it a shadow work that you're willing to do. So it's not something that's overwhelming. It's not something that is too daunting of a task for you. This is more about really going within and asking yourself, what is it that you want for your life? I'm hearing prioritize, so priorities here, King of Pentacles. So this might be a month where you are spending some time reprioritizing your goals and figuring out how you want to move forward from here. So this does actually seem like an introspective month as well. It's funny because you have a lot of people around you, and on the outside you have a lot of, I felt a lot of social energy, but it almost feels like, Virgo, on the inside you're kind of wanting or needing to feel like you want to be alone to kind of figure things out, because there could be a lot of, I'm seeing like a lot of swirling energy up in the mind space. So there might be some need to kind of spend that time alone and kind of tell people that I need some time by myself to figure things out, because the Moon card is things that are in the dark. So some of you could also be kind of confused as to how to move forward in your job, your career, or in your education. There may have been some setbacks is what I'm hearing. There might have been some setbacks with work, some things kind of being on hold or some things not working out. Business might be slow, that kind of thing. So it may be causing you to kind of go to the drawing board and reconfigure, how to move forward from here, to make sure that you are taken care of, that your family is taken care of, that you're provided for in the future. So that energy seems to be pretty strong within you this month, Virgo. That seems to be what your focus is. And it doesn't really feel like you have a whole lot of space to spend your mental energy on other things. You seem very focused on making sure that you have stability going forward from here. So okay, so in your environmental sphere, you have the Page of Wands. So I'm also hearing with the Page of Wands that you may have some creative ideas, have some creative solutions this month for some existing issues or problems, kind of thinking outside the box type thing. But let's see what the Page of Wands has to say for Virgo in the month of September. But I do see you being very clear, Virgo. You have a lot of clarity this month of where it may not be clear in terms of solutions. Like you may not be clear in on like what you're going to do about certain problems, but you're clear that you know that you need to like take some time and figure that out. Like that you have clarity on that. Like that's not confusing for you. I hope that makes sense. Your energy seems very focused this month, like almost like laser-like focused, which is great. Beautiful. Hierophant. Okay. So you may be receiving some divine guidance here is what I'm hearing. So again, tuning into your own intuition and maybe taking that time for yourself and going within. You may also be consulting a spiritual mentor. You may be turning to spirit yourself. So some of you might be very psychic, very intuitive yourself. I really do believe you are, because you have the Moon card, the High Priestess here. You have a lot of spiritual cards here. So the Hierophant is, oftentimes turning to source, turning to a higher power, turning to something above us that can kind of help us lead the way or help us to make a decision or a choice. So I really feel like I'm also hearing like maybe even pay attention to your dreams, pay attention to floating thoughts that are kind of around your headspace. This month. That's going to be really important here. Wow, beautiful Empress. I love this. Okay, so this card just kind of wanted to come out as well here. So there might be a really nice opportunity for abundance here. So we have I love that the Empress card is here, because there is something very special and something very sacred it feels like you want to build. There's something very spiritual to you this month, Virgo. There's like almost like an inner working, some big plan or some big agenda that you have for your life. And it kind of feels like you're very focused or you're very driven this month in pursuing that. And I feel like you're co-creating with spirit in that. Like you're using some divine guidance or inspiration, spiritual inspiration that really moves you. And it kind of feels like you don't have you're clear about where you want to go and how you want to get there. So it becomes almost easier for you to dodge distractions. It kind of feels like maybe people around you just feel like distractions this time around. And because you have like a mission or you have something that you want to accomplish. I love the abundance that the Empress brings. Empress is very fertile energy. It's energy that helps us to bring things into fruition. It's like from our hard work. It's able to... It also has like a really beautiful mothering energy. It has this energy of, I'm hearing identity. So maybe for some of you, it's like how you're defining yourself or how you see yourself or how you value yourself. I'm really feeling that strongly with the Empress. So there could be almost for you, Virgo, that you're stepping into a sense of your own divinity. That you're stepping into your own your value or how like who you really are on a spiritual level, which is really, really beautiful. And I think that having that will help you to you might be inspired to create something new from that experience that's happening within you. So there's like this transformation that's happening within you, within your spirit and your soul. You could be transcending, you could be awakening to a new version or a new level of yourself. And because you're doing that, you're really awakening into this, to maybe like, maybe even changing your career or changing your path in a way that is more resonant with who you are now. Wow, that just went into like a really cool direction. That's so beautiful. I love that. Amazing, Virgo. I think that this month is not actually going to be about too much. This is going to be more about you and your awakening, actually, this month, which is such a beautiful experience to have, especially in the month of in your season. So, okay, let's keep going here. Okay, King of Swords. So, as I was reading these other cards, my eyes did go to the King of Swords for a second, and what I felt was with the King of Swords was I feel like, okay, so I know there's so many kings here, but I kind of feel like, Virgo, there is a mastery. There's like this energy of mastery to you this month. And I kind of feel like there could be a lot of male energy, or there could be a lot of masculine energy. It doesn't matter if you're male or woman or however you identify. It's just that energy, that masculine energy, which is, and it's action. It's very driven and it's very focused. It's, and I kind of feel like with the King of Swords, this is what is giving me that driven energy. So you're very focused on a goal. And you could be just kind of cutting out some of the clutter is what I'm hearing. Like you could be cutting out some of the things that is unnecessary or is distracting for you. But let's look deeper into this here, because this is in your hopes, dreams, and desires. So King of Swords. Okay, so I'm also hearing that some of you might be wanting someone that has a King of Swords energy. So someone perhaps that matches you in the level of empowerment is what I'm hearing. So someone who is just as empowered and has done the spiritual work that you have done, Virgo. So you want someone of equal, like your standards, you want someone you're equal is what I'm hearing. So for those of you who are in a relationship, what I'm hearing is that with the King of Swords, like you're wanting to manifest someone who is of a King of Swords. So someone who is confident, someone who is very sure of themselves, very driven, very intellectually sharp. So that's what I'm kind of feeling here. So let's look deeper into this. Clarifying card for King of Swords. What do we need to know? Ooh, okay. Seven of Fire. Okay. So Seven of Fire, it reminds me of this card in particular kind of feels like there's this solo energy. There's this I'm going to go off on my own and I'm going to be independent and I'm going to follow my instincts, follow my passions, follow my inspiration and my intuition to lead the way. So for others of you who are more focused on your spiritual growth and moving forward in your life spiritually, the King of Swords and the Seven of Fire tells me that some of you could be just really happy being single. Some of you could be really happy just kind of going forward as an independent solo, blissful in your solitude. And that is, and it could be just that you just don't have the energy to put towards a relationship because you're so driven in your work or in your projects, something like that. There is this strong vibe of needing to be solo or independent, and that's the energy I'm picking up on of Seven of Fire. There could be because, some of you also might be on a very dedicated mission, and that's just kind of where your energy is right now. But it's very laser-like focus and very the word that it just keeps coming up in my mind is driven. So it seems like you're very driven towards something that you find that you're very passionate about. Okay. Final outcome here, we have the King of Cups. So what is the King of Cups? So King of Cups is, knowing how to, again, there's this emotional mastery that comes with King of Cups. So there's this kind of like knowing how to use it's almost like you kind of have a very good foundational knowledge of how you work emotionally, but also how others work emotionally. So it's kind of like knowing how okay, so I'm hearing Poseidon, like being the king of it, right? Like being the king of the sea, the king of the ocean. It's your territory, it's your domain, and you know how to navigate it. You know how to navigate and how to control and how to be in power of your element. So I think that you're going to bring that into focus this month. I think that you are in a powerful position this month, Virgo, and you are going to be a force to be reckoned with, is what I'm feeling. I think that people will see you as someone to not mess with. and someone who others can admire at the same time. There is not just a assertiveness to you, but there's also a gentleness to you. So this is true spiritual power. It's like you're wielding your spiritual power. You are in a strong, powerful place this month, and you're going to feel that, and it's going to help you navigate and go full force towards the life that you want. I feel like you're some of you might even be really on that path already. But you're really powerful this month, Virgo. This is really beautiful. Okay, King of Cups. Wow. Oh my gosh. And what did I say? I said we were only missing the King of Wands. So there we go. King of Wands here. So all around, kings all around, plus the Emperor. Very, very strong masculine energy this month. This is amazing. This is just power, power, power all the way around. And I feel like there's like this mastery of every element, and you're bringing all of that into focus. Some of you might even find that you're having a very strong spiritual awakening this month. There may be some deep, deep healing. And I love that we have the High Priestess and the Moon card earlier, because that is, that's what comes from doing the shadow work, right? When we bring things that are hidden in our shadow to light and we work through them, we become more and more awake. Right. And you know this, like this is, and I'm being really drawn to the sun behind the king's head and the King of Fire. And it's like there is this symbolism of enlightenment. There's this symbolism of being awake. And also his heart is open as well. So very powerful month for you, Virgo. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Page of Earth. And I think that what it is that some of you may find that your life is going in a different trajectory, that it's going in a different direction because of this awakening. That, the things that have the way that we live our life when we're unconscious no longer fit when we're awake. So it's like, it just doesn't make sense anymore. And it's almost a little bit, it's like, there's no other choice or no other option but to go this way, because now we're kind of more aware of everything. So this is very beautiful. Page of Earth is just exploring new territory, taking our time. Earth and Pentacles are very slow moving cards. They take their time. It takes time to develop, to build, hard work and exploration and study. I'm hearing the word study. So maybe some of you are also finding a new subject or a new line of interest that you want to study, you want to explore. So this is a very, very dynamic, beautiful, powerful month, Virgo. Probably this has got to be one of my favorite readings so far. So I'm really excited for you, Virgo. So let's get into your guidance cards here. Okay, Virgo, what is Virgo's guidance card for the month of September 2021? Okay, yeah. Okay, so we have deep freeze and storm field. So again, this is a time to sit with yourself, to explore some of the things that tend to come up for you. So it's going to be, it's going to have a lot of things coming up. Storm fields reminds me of this energy of having some wounds resurface, and they're resurfacing so you can transcend them is what I'm feeling and what I'm hearing. And I think that with the deep freeze card, it's important. I think Spirit is saying it's important that you go through this process, that you do that shadow work. And if you need to kind of lean on someone, or you need to turn to your mentor, or you need to turn to someone for that guidance to help you kind of sort through things, then that might be the direction that you take this month in, is to kind of sit with yourself and work through some unfinished business is what I'm hearing. There's kind of like some things that we might be avoiding just because in the past they might have just been so sticky, or things that we just were not ready to look at. And it's kind of like, when you're towards the end, it's like, you can't pass through the gate or the portal until we've kind of tied up all these loose ends type things. So that's kind of the energy that I'm feeling. Like there's like whatever things that you've put off to the very end or to the last minute is now like Spirit's like, okay, now we need to look at this. You can't really procrastinate on this anymore because there's nothing left to work on. We need to kind of go into this next stage, but we have like these few bits left for you to kind of look at. It doesn't feel like an overwhelming energy. I feel like you're very strong this month. I don't see you being overwhelmed by it. I don't see you feeling all like it's not like a tower moment for you. I think it's more of just something that you're like, oh, okay, fine. I'll do it. I'll deal with this now. So that kind of thing. So I think that it's just something that like you kind of have to do or something. That's what I'm feeling. Okay, let's go into your challenge card here. What is Virgo's challenge for the month of September? Wow, success. All right, beautiful. So this is in your challenge position though. And so I think that what I'm feeling is this is about feeling brave. The panther comes up is a symbol of protection, a symbol of strength, inner strength, bravery, and doing something courageous is what I'm feeling. And I also feel like, again, I'm feeling the high priestess. So this is again kind of, like the ticket to your success or getting to that place of feeling like you've overcome something, may cause you to pull out your bravery or your courage to finally look at something or to finally have to face something that you've been putting off in your shadow. So that might be something that comes up for you. But on the other end of it is you'll feel like it's finally off your shoulders. And so that's a process that I'm seeing you walking into the month of September. So let's go into what you can look forward to in the month of September, Virgo. What can Virgo look forward to in the month of September? Yep, illumination. So again, clarity, bringing things to light, awakening, the sun coming out after the storm, which is the star card here. It's the calm after the storm. So this is, having things being revealed to you, stepping into the truth of a situation or finally facing the truth of a situation. And having that set you free is what I'm hearing. Another hope card for Virgo. One more. Beautiful. Embracing your life now. So what I'm hearing is with the embracing card is that you may find that you are going down a path you never really thought you would go down, or, you may find that you're different now. Like you're seeing yourself change as a person. And, I think that there's a part of you that feels like, for some of you, obviously this is not going to resonate with everybody, but for some of you, you may kind of feel like you're looking at yourself and you're like, oh, I used to be so different. I'm not really like that person anymore. So, and I kind of feel like you're stepping into this role of embracing who you are now. I feel like this embracing is more about you being, embracing like this new version of you, or a version of you that's more healed and no longer needing to maybe resort to certain coping mechanisms that you used to resort to, or that kind of thing. It kind of feels like there's a lot of ego and this mask, like these masks that we wear. A lot of that is starting to shed, and you're starting to see yourself for who you really are, and you're really loving that. You're really embracing that, and you're embracing your authenticity, who you really are. And then that's kind of, you're looking out and kind of seeing what are the possibilities for this life, and what will my life look like from here on out. So there's a lot of dreaming and a lot of like visionary, like you're kind of trying to envision what the path is going to look like ahead, which looks very beautiful. But yeah, it seems like you're in that space of contemplation and introspection. Okay, so what is Virgo's power animal for the month of September 2021? Wow. A rebirth is assured. Bat spirit. Okay, and they're telling me to read the message here for you. After something has run its course and died or been released, finished, surrendered, completed, or ended, there is a promise of a new beginning. Rebirth is assured just as night gives way to dawn and the bat emerges from the darkness of a womb-like cave. Bat Spirit has come to remind you that this rebirth is a miraculous one. For the very best elements of what you had to give up in the death of the old are still present in this new, amazing life forming now. This is the miracle and magic of rebirth in every aspect of your life, including the rebirth of faith and your ability to establish new and healthy relationships. Bat Spirit reminds you that at present you are in unknown territory and may feel as if you are lost. However, you are called to trust that your intuition will be a reliable guide as you give birth to something new and unfamiliar. Bat Spirit has listened in the darkness of night and has heard all your hopes and dreams, your fears and worries, and assures you that this new version of your dream, this move from darkness into light, from lost to found and death to rebirth, comes to fruition with love at its core. Bat Spirit asks you to trust that what seems to have died is actually shape-shifting into something even more meaningful and wondrous than before. If you feel like you're in the dark, know that come morning all will be revealed and things will be in a new form that is right for you. Beautiful. I really love that. And I think that really sums up the general message of your reading. And as I was reading that, I just realized that I didn't touch on the Nine of Cups, which kind of reminded me of the message of the Bat Spirit. I was drawn to the Nine of Cups. And, you know, the Nine of Cups is, for you, Virgo, I feel like you're going to be in a space of, what I said before, when you're in your power, you're able to master. I'm not seeing you feel weak. I'm not seeing you feel vulnerable. I'm seeing you feel empowered this month. And I feel like that will help you navigate whatever comes your way. It'll be kind of this thing where, you feel strong on the inside, and you might even surprise yourself. Even if you tell yourself that you don't feel so strong on the inside, you might be surprised at how well you can handle things when they come your way. That, that things are not as scary as they seem, as we kind of make them out to be in our mind. So you are transforming and you are transcending, a lot of the self-limiting masks that, we tend to wear. So this is going to be a really powerful month. And I think that giving yourself the opportunity to frequently go within and spend time in introspection and work through whatever comes up for you is going to serve you really well. So it's going to be a great opportunity for that this month. So I hope you really take advantage of that, because I feel like there's a lot of growth there available for you. So beautiful month ahead, Virgo. This is really cool. And I hope you have also a wonderful birthday this month. And I will see you for October. Bye, Virgo.